super evening all. You're listening to the Transfer Insiders with me, Nick Bright, and Rory Jennings, and something a little bit different for you now, because we are joined by the most prolific goal scorer in non-league football. Jake Tabor is sat alongside me just to my left, and listen, mate, what a sensational time you've been having of late. You know, thank you for coming on.
No, thank you for inviting me down.
127 goals in 91 appearances.
It's insane.
Mate, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's pretty good stats. It's incredible, really. But then again, it's the lower level of the non-league pyramid. So
a lot of these goals were scored for Amersham.
Yeah,
Amersham Town.
Yeah,
nice. And what's been going on? What's been going on at the moment?
So at the moment, I left Amersham in the summer just gone. So now I've hit pre-season as a free agent, been looking for clubs. So I've just been this past week on trial with a club, and I've got plenty of other clubs interested. So it's just kind of just working out where's best for me.
Well, just before we kind of delve into that a little bit more, you know, 22-year-old, as Rory said, 127 goals, 91 appearances across the last two seasons. Amersham Town, who is Step 5, so that's kind of Division 9. But now there's teams higher up the pyramid that, you know, unsurprisingly, you've caught their eye. So what's the last, I don't know, couple of months been like? Because you've left Amersham and now you're kind of trying to find your way, the next step in your journey. But it must have gone a bit crazy. Yeah,
it blew up on social media when I announced I'd left Amersham when my contract was terminated. And since then, I've had loads of offers from Step 3 of non-league, National League South, National League North, National League, and even as far to League 1. I've got a couple offers, not offers, opportunities to go on trial at these clubs, and then I've got like 4, maybe 5 clubs at League 2. So yeah, I've been overwhelmed, really. I didn't expect that kind of attention.
Well, just on that, there might be people listening to this going, "Oh, well, if you've been that good for Amersham Town, you know, and you have been, why's your contract been terminated? What happened there?"
Well, it's a bit of a touchy subject, so I can't fully go into it.
Let's not get anyone sued, but, you know, tell us what you can.
Yeah, so there was just a clause in the contract, and I just triggered the clause following the manager leaving.
Yeah.
And when the manager left, I left as well. But either way, at the end of the season, I wanted a new opportunity. You know, I was playing beneath my level. So it was just a perfect time to look elsewhere.
How exciting! How exciting! And so at the moment you're on trial.
Mm-hmm.
And where can you tell us where that is?
Yeah, I mean, I can say it's all on Twitter. I mean, there was a photo leaked of it today somehow, and yesterday someone worked out the hotel room I was staying in. So I mean, I don't know how these people do it, but yeah, I'm currently down at Swindon. I'm down there for the week.
Oh, Ian Holloway.
Yeah.
Wow, he's an icon.
Yeah, no, it's incredible. Going from just non-league managers to someone of his stature, it's brilliant. Someone perfect to be learning off.
Are you with the first team down there?
Yeah. So they've only got a first team. They haven't got a 21s, under 23s. So I'm going to all these teams as a first team player. I'm 22 now, so I'll be too old for under 21s football. So yeah, I am going into these teams as a first teamer. So it's exciting.
And being called the next Jamie Vardy.
Well, listen, what a guy to be compared to, right?
Yeah, it's a great comparison, and to be fair, there's lots of similarities, both from our story from non-league and also just our playing styles. We're very, very similar. We're direct, we're quick. He doesn't do skills, neither do I. We just score goals. He's ruthless, and I think some of his personality is similar. He loves winding up players. Yeah. I love it too.
You're going to be drop kicking a corner flag sometime soon then.
Yeah, I love the wild celebration. So yeah, no, it's a good comparison.
Is it going well though down at Swindon so far?
Yeah, so far so good. We've done some running, and I've done really well with the running. So I am pleased. Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, actually, you know, because obviously we're all massive football fans. We couldn't work here if we weren't. But a lot of people, even listening, you know, we don't necessarily know what happens when you do a trial. So kind of what goes into it? You know, what are they looking at?
Well, it's a weird one because it's pre-season and it's the first week of pre-season. it's hard to look at you of just running. So the first few days we've just done running and little bits of ball work. As you ease into the week, you'll start to do more on the ball. But with the running, I guess you've just got to stand out with the running. And thankfully, we've done two running drills of like longer distances, and I've come first in both. So
lovely.
Yeah.
So how long does a trial last? You generally join a club for about a week.
Yeah, that's kind of general, but it's up to you really. It's whatever you agree with them. Like I could go on trial for 6 weeks of the pre-season with all different clubs for a week at a time. But how long do you leave it till you sign somewhere? Because you don't want to be high and dry left in August. So it's a tough one. You've got to balance it.
But from your perspective, you'll want it sorted ASAP, won't you? You want to know if you'll want to know if you've got a contract.
Yeah, 100%. Because the longer you leave it, the it's problematic. Yeah, because teams have signed other players. Yeah. They might not have the money anymore because they've signed other players. So the longer you leave it, the worse it is for you. So ideally, you want to get it, whatever it is, sorted as soon as possible.
How hard is it to break into the professional game?
Oh, incredibly. Especially when I was playing at my level of football. But it just goes to show, no matter what level you're playing, if you're getting good numbers or good performances, there's always someone watching.
Where were you though before? Because we mentioned Amersham, but obviously that's not the only club that's been in your journey. So what's your journey been?
Yeah, so it's always been in and around that step 5 level. The 2 seasons before, I was playing the level below at step 6. I did 2 seasons at Amersham and 1 at Rayners Lane. And both all seasons we had successful seasons. I think I scored 40 or 50 in the first season, 76 second, 50 in the third, and near enough every time we got promoted. So it's been an enjoyable experience, but it's time to kind of kick on.
Do you feel ready for it? Like, obviously there's a huge chasm, isn't there, between playing non-league and then turning pro. Do you feel ready? When you've had like a moment to train or to trial at least with players that are professional. Do you feel like you can hold your own?
Yeah, 100%. And for me, it's a now or never moment. Really, I'm 22. I've got a job. I work. It's a big commitment to give up. Like the last couple of months, I've stopped work so I can be training near enough every day to kind of catch up to that standard. Because we, as a club in step 5, we was barely training. So it's completely different to training every day. So yeah, since May I've kind of dedicated just train, and it is tough because I haven't been working, haven't been earning no money, but hopefully I can reap the rewards.
Yeah,
but
you're chasing a dream.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
Know what I mean?
It's something,
and sometimes you have to sacrifice, speculate to accumulate, and believe in yourself as well. You know what I mean?
But
just in terms of, sorry to cut you off, just in terms of like, because there might be a lot of people listening to this thinking, I'm pretty decent at football as well. The money side of it, I get. You mentioned you're not earning when you're trying to break into the club, but have you got someone helping you, or are you doing it all off your own back?
Yeah, near enough all off my own back, really. I think all stuff like this is brilliant for me. I get a lot of followers on Twitter, and thankfully I've been invited down to many different showcase games, and at these showcase games I've performed well, and thankfully that's put me in front of better oppositions, because as a lower level player, the constant argument is he's doing it well, but my nan could do it at that level. So I played against Spurs' 21s and Wolves' 21s.
How'd it go?
Yeah, done really well against Spurs, and then
that's what we like to hear. That's what we like to hear. Come on.
Scored a hat-trick against Wolves. So
amazing.
That was perfect. Then I had the highlights, and I could then show everyone and that kind of ends the debate of,
can he do it in that top level?
It's like, look, don't get me wrong, it's still under 21s, and they'll probably be playing half their squad, but
still can.
Yeah, it's that's out of my control.
And there's loads of examples, aren't there? Like Dan Burn was playing for Darlington fairly recently, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Obviously, Mikel Antonio was at Tooting and Mitcham, I think.
Yeah.
Like, there are examples of players. Ian Wright famously, Jamie Vardy. There are lots of examples. Ollie Watkins.
Yeah.
Loads of examples of players that have come through late to the professional game.
Yeah, and there's even more. There's loads that would have gone to League Two, League One that none of us would even have heard of.
Yeah.
But like Richard Kone, for example, he's just gone from Step 5, which is the same level I was playing, and look at him. He's worth what, £10 million? It's unbelievable.
Is there a particular striker you grew up watching it? You like to say you model your game on?
To be honest, I don't really watch football to model my game off anyone. I kind of just watch it for a bit of fun. I'm not that.
So many footballers say it. You sound like Ben White.
Yeah.
Who do you support? Do you support anyone passionately?
Not really anymore. No.
Really?
But no. So Ronaldo growing up was class.
Yeah, it's a good one to aim for. I think that one.
Yeah. Ronaldo's the GOAT for sure.
Yeah. So what's the obviously you want to get signed, that goes without saying. You believe that if you get signed, let's just say let's hypothetically say, right, I'm gonna say Ian Holloway, I'm Ian Holloway, we love you, sign that, come on, bosh. Then what's the kind of dream look like for you after that?
The dream would just be to have one good season. I think with the full-time training, anything's possible. Like, I'm someone that hasn't been training because I'm just a normal lad that works. But under that proper coaching and guidance, I think I could be nurtured into a top player. So I think if I could get one good season under my belt, that would be brilliant. Get some 10, 15 goals, whatever it may be, and then you look to kick on. But obviously you've got to get signed first, and you've got to break into the team. Like, there's a lot in the way, but assuming all goes well, that would be the plan. You kick on and you never know where you could go.
You're doing all the right things, my friend. If you don't mind me asking, what do you do for a living then when you're not trying to make it as a footballer?
I sell Peloton bikes.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you get me a discount then if I need one.
Yeah, I could get you a cheap Peloton bike.
Come on. He's the
So
man to know.
if the club need a Peloton bike, I could give them one.
He's the man to
if they want to sign me.
But you're the gift that keeps giving. Scores loads of goals and gets you a discount on the Pelotons.
Yeah, I should say other brands are available and all of that, you know what I mean? But listen, look, it's brilliant having you in and having a chat with us. And the last thing I wanted to just ask you about is your social media, because clearly that's been a huge part of your journey. Lots of people have found you on there. So if anyone's listening to this right now or watching us on a smart telly or YouTube channel, where can they find you?
Yeah, so on Instagram and Twitter, my user is Jake76T. Always posting football content, and that's just helping me find and navigate my way through all this. All the attention's brilliant.
I'm following you.
There you go. Look, he's on the case.
There we go.
Look at that. And if you're a football manager listening to this and you want a 22-year-old striker who scored 127 goals in 91 appearances across 2 seasons, 81089, we're your agents now, me and Rory.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
got it
10%.
sorted. Yeah,
no problem.
There we go. Well, that's Jake Tabor, the most prolific striker in non-league football. Thank you very much for coming in, Jake. We really appreciate it.
Thank you both.
Right, next up, we'll be looking at today's top transfer stories.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.